Welcome to Mindset Flow. Are you tired of feeling like you're always on the defense in your relationships? It's tough to take feedback or criticism without feeling attacked. But guess what? You're not alone. In fact, many of us struggle with this issue, and it can seriously damage our relationships with those closest to us. But we've got some great news. In this video, we're going to share with you 5 simple steps that you can take to become less defensive and create healthier interactions with the people around you. You may think you know them all, but number 4 is going to surprise you in the best way possible. So if you're ready to stop being so reactive and start responding in a more positive way, then you definitely need to watch this video. We promise you won't regret it. Plus, we've got a free giveaway that you will love. So stick around until the end. Are you as excited as we are? Great! Let's dive into these 5 steps and learn how to get less defensive in our relationships. But before we begin, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on our latest content. Let's get started. Number 1. Set boundaries early on. Think of boundaries like a fence around your yard. Without that fence, anyone could just walk onto your property and do whatever they please. It's the same with our personal boundaries. When we don't set them, we open ourselves up to being taken advantage of, mistreated, or overwhelmed. So how do we set boundaries? It starts with identifying what is important to us and what we are willing to accept in our relationships, work, or other areas of life. Once we have that clear in our minds, we need to communicate it to others and stick to it. Now, I know it can be tough to say no or to stand up for ourselves, but it's essential if we want to have a sense of control over our lives. Practice using words like, "I can't do that right now," rather than simply saying no. It's a respectful way of declining something that doesn't align with our values or makes us uncomfortable. And remember, it's okay to change your mind. If something doesn't feel right after agreeing to it, it's okay to back out before things get worse. Let's take a look at how you can apply this concept at work. Let's say a colleague continually interrupts you or tries to take credit for your work. You could say calmly but firmly, "I appreciate your input, but I need to finish this on my own. Let's discuss it when I'm done." This sets a boundary and lets them know that you won't tolerate their behavior. By setting boundaries, we gain a much-needed sense of safety, security, and control over our lives. So take some time to identify your boundaries and start communicating them today. You won't regret it. Number 2. Practice self-compassion. We live in a world that is constantly pushing us to be the best and to strive for perfection, and to never make mistakes. But the truth is, we are human and we all have flaws. So why do we beat ourselves up when things don't go according to plan? The first step to practicing self-compassion is to acknowledge your feelings. When something goes wrong, take a moment to acknowledge how you feel without judging or shaming yourself. It's okay to be upset or disappointed, and allowing yourself to feel those emotions is a crucial step toward processing what happened. The second step is to talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend. Imagine if someone close to you experienced the same thing. How would you comfort them? Use that same language on yourself and show yourself the same amount of kindness and understanding that you would show a friend. Practicing self-compassion is not only good for your mental health, but can also improve how you handle difficult moments. By showing yourself kindness and understanding, you can give your mind a break from stress so that when challenging situations arise, you'll be more likely to handle them with grace rather than lashing out defensively. So the next time something doesn't go according to plan, take a moment to acknowledge your feelings and talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend. Remember, you're human and it's okay to make mistakes. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to someone else, and watch as your life transforms for the better. Number 3. Identify your triggers. Triggers are those underlying feelings that cause us to react defensively when faced with an uncomfortable situation. It could be fear, anger, sadness, or insecurity. Now, when you recognize your triggers, you gain insight into yourself and why you respond the way you do when faced with uncomfortable situations. And this knowledge gives you space to pause and reflect before reacting impulsively and becoming defensive. Imagine this. You're in a disagreement with your partner or friend, and suddenly you feel that familiar feeling of defensiveness rising within you. But instead of lashing out or shutting down, you take a moment to identify your trigger and explore why it's causing such a strong reaction within you. This pause and reflection can help you have a more productive conversation, allowing you to express yourself without feeling attacked or threatened. But identifying your triggers is not always easy. It takes practice and patience. So here's what you can do. Start by paying attention to how you feel when faced with uncomfortable situations in your relationships. When do you feel most defensive? Is it during disagreements or when someone offers constructive criticism? Once you know what triggers you, take a moment to explore why that situation makes you feel that way. What is the underlying feeling behind your reaction? Is it fear, anger, or even sadness? By understanding why that particular trigger causes such a strong reaction within yourself, the next time it arises, you can respond differently and without getting defensive. Let's now take a look at how we can apply this concept in our daily lives. For instance, the next time you find yourself getting defensive during a conversation, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what is my trigger? Why am I feeling this way? By doing this, you'll be able to respond more effectively, leading to better communication and stronger relationships. Before we continue, we would like to give you a free gift of our book, The Ultimate Manifestation Guide. Inside the book, you will discover 15 secrets to help you manifest your dream life faster. Here at Mindset Flow, we are committed to helping you live your best and most fulfilling life. So get your free digital copy today by simply clicking the link in the description. Let's continue on. Number 4. Avoid using defensive language. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're in a disagreement and it feels like no one is really listening to you? Yeah, we've all been there. It's super important to avoid using language that can make things worse, like blaming others for the problem. Instead, let's try to talk it out in a way that doesn't point fingers. So instead of saying stuff like "you always" or "you never," let's share how we feel without making it sound like it's all on them. For example, say something like, "I feel like I'm not being heard when we chat about things." This way, we create a safe space where both sides can be heard and understood. Remember to always be honest and truthful. Stay away from exaggerating or making those generalizations that can come off as super aggressive. It's always better to share our own experiences and feelings, rather than blaming others. Doing this can lead to way more meaningful conversations. So next time you're in a tricky chat, remember to use neutral language and speak honestly about your feelings. You might just find that your connections with others become deeper and more genuine. Number 5. Communicate assertively. Let's face it, communication can be hard, but it doesn't have to be. By taking a few simple steps, you can vastly improve your ability to convey your thoughts, feelings, and ideas effectively. The first step is to be respectful and direct. It's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment and use aggressive language or tone, but this will only escalate the situation. Instead, try to focus on using language that conveys respect and understanding while still making your point clearly. For example, if you and your partner are discussing finances and your partner has made a purchase that you don't agree with, instead of accusing them of wasting money or being irresponsible, try expressing how you feel by saying, "I understand that you wanted to make this purchase. but I feel concerned about our financial situation, and I would like us to discuss how we can manage our money more effectively. The second step is to listen intently. Active listening is crucial to assertive communication. It means paying close attention to what someone else has to say, avoiding distractions, and providing feedback when appropriate. By doing this, you will ensure that everyone involved is on the same page and prevent misunderstandings from occurring later on. You might be thinking, how can I actually use this concept in my everyday life? Well, here's a scenario for you. Picture yourself in a meeting with your boss, and there's an issue that's been biting you for a while. Instead of dancing around the problem or straight up blaming your boss for something, try out those techniques we just went over. This is what you can tell your boss in a respectful way and still be heard. I really appreciate the work we're doing together, but I feel like my efforts aren't being acknowledged. Then make sure to actually listen to their response and give some feedback to make sure you're both on the same page. There you have it. 5 simple steps to getting less defensive in your relationships. We hope you found these 5 simple steps helpful. We know that implementing these steps can be a game changer for your relationships. If you found this video valuable, please take a moment to share it with your loved ones. You never know who might benefit from learning these secrets and become better at handling difficult situations in their relationships. Your simple act of sharing could make all the difference in someone's life, and you'll be a part of creating positive change in the world. Now that you have a better understanding of how to become less defensive in your relationships, we want to hear from you. Which of these steps resonated with you the most? Do you have any additional tips or tricks you use to avoid getting defensive? We'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment below and let us know. Before you go, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to stay up to date on our latest videos. And be sure to claim your free gift by clicking on the link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and remember, practicing self-compassion is essential in building strong, healthy relationships. Have a fantastic day.